Thank you very much. 3 billion to the angelic bosses of the Revolutionary National Youth League, the indomitable mighty conqueror of mankind, who have inspired us through beautiful revolutionary songs that attack on us, songs that attack on us, the distribution of cocaine. Down, 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 cocaine, down, down. Across every nook and cranny of the Republic, where our children are dying. We say grand salute to the angelic voices who have inspired people to beautiful original songs. We have called this press conference to deliver a very important message on the ambience and canopy of the Revolutionary National Youth League. This press conference seeks to address critical issues. The very important amongst those issues is the issue of the rampant distribution of cocaine across the country. I am not the messenger. An individual has then bestowed the honor, the privilege, and the authority to communicate the message of the Revolutionary National Youth League to members of the folk estate institutions, both in Liberia and the diaspora. Before that special messenger is presented on this platform, we quickly want to recognize all auxiliaries under the banner of the Youth League, particularly the regular intellectual militants of the CDC Youth League, who have always stood in the vanguard in defense of the ordinary masses of our people. Forward, 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 forward. We are going to another forward. Yo. And that body is being consciously led by that Chairman Roland Nelson. Who is the hats off? Let regular intellectual militants. We want to recognize youth leaders across the 17 electoral districts of Montserrat County. We also want to recognize members of the County Council led by Saint Taka of Nima County. We have been told that leaders, cadres, towers of the Youth League are following across all of the 15 political subdivisions of the Republic. We also want to recognize the Secretary General of the People's Movement, father figures of the Revolutionary National Youth League. Chairman married to Jonathan Tamakoji. Also want to recognize in extension the national chairman of our party, Chairman Yanga and Gospel. We want to recognize in extension the national chairman of the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Indomitable Mighty Coalition of the Chairman Emmanuel Moba Johnson Alliance Papabito, who is following on a very strategic location. Comrades, because of the very important nature of this press conference, we cannot hold you intellectual hostage. We have a very simple message that will be delivered. Simple but important message. Reliable and survivability of the citizenry of the Republic. So we cannot hold you intellectual hostage. And I have the single honor to invite onto this Rosian the man that has been charged with the responsibility to communicate. Men have been charged with the responsibility to communicate the official position of the Youth League on critical national issues. With no stranger in the media landscape is an intellectual bazooka. One of Liberia's funniest intellectual species. Selfless patriot. Man who rose from the trenches to national permanence. Entire student leader. Commonly referred to as the face of the feast of fourth generation. And honor members of the fourth estate, distinguished youth leaders, cadres and militants of the Revolutionary National Youth League, who have come to great occasion and honor to present to you our public relations officer emeritus and now vice chair for operation and political education, having seen Wise, who has the responsibility of communicating the official position of the Youth League.
Nobody wants to see your today. Nobody wants to see your no-no. See your no-no. Nobody wants to see your today. When were you? When were you?
CDC about the CDC Youth League about the CDC about the Janako achame janako. Janako achame
achame.
Janako achame
achame.
Anda.
Wetu. Manda.
Maibue.
Liberia.
Maibue.
Liberia.
Liberia.
Maibue.
Viva, viva, CDC, viva.
Viva.
Viva, viva, Youth League, viva.
Viva.
Viva, 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 Youth League, viva.
Viva.
Down, down to the drug cartel, down.
Down.
Down, down, down to cocaine cartel, down.
Down.
Down to Joseph Waga Jeremiah, down.
Down.
Down, down, down to Sebu Double, down.
Down.
Down, down to Gregor Command, down.
Down.
And down.
Wetu.
And down.
Wetu.
Where to?
Manda.
You know the party cannot wash away its drug history. Liberia won the drug law and not political propaganda. Official statement of the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Indomitable Mountain Coalition for Democratic Change.
So,
Comrades and friends, fellow Liberians, and members of the folk estate, our development partners, international partners who continue to support the moral fabric of Liberia's fragile democracy, and to you, comrades, across the 15 sub-political divisions of Liberia, and those of whom that are in the diaspora following through the media wavelength, we ask you to join at this critical juncture at this moment as we bring you profound revolutionary felicitation and bountiful greetings and salutations for Liberia's premier mass-based democratic grassroots movement, the Indomitable Mountain Coalition for Democratic Change.
so,
Comrades and members of the folk estate, distinguished ladies and gentlemen and fellow Liberians, as you know, the Youth League of the Indomitable Congress for Democratic Change, Mountain Coalition for Democratic Change, is the most conscious and quintessential revolutionary democratic barometer in Liberia's contemporary politics. And like George Orwell said in his writings in the book Animal Farm, that during the time of national and universal deceit, testifying and telling the truth is always the hallmark of every revolutionary movement. And the Youth League of the Indomitable Mountain Coalition for Democratic Change has mounted and surmounted this political pedestal to speak nothing but the truth, to speak nothing but the truth, the prima facie, the aphorism, as we all see and looking at what's going on in the report of Liberia with respect to the moral paralysis of the state, the moral decadence of the republic, the bankruptcy in governance, the moral decline of the presidency, the democratic erosion of Liberia post-war history, with the current national crisis that has engulfed the state and the nation into cocaine governance. It is at this critical junction and coefficient of political and revolutionary expansion we publish our perspectives, we give our directions on critical national issues that border around not just national security, but also on the regional security of the African continent. So, the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Indomitable Congress for Democratic Change extends its appreciation to the United States Embassy and international partners who contributed to the latest more than 300 million plus narcotics seizure. The Revolutionary National Youth League also expresses gratitude to the former CDC government's AFL Chief of Staff, General Prince Wild Johnson, for assisting international partners through the National Security Agency for the drug raid in Guazon Township, Mangiri County. We thank the United States government and the people for standing with Liberia's future to rid the country of drugs, which are significantly destroying the democratic fabric of our society, by extension the population, the younger population of the country. Comrades and friends, members of the folk estates, fellow Liberians, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Democratic Coalition for Democratic Change found it astonishing that the United Party now seeks to portray itself as the national champion in the fight against drug trafficking by its latest press release. A desperate attempt to scheme a drug seizure into a propaganda machinery campaign so as to score political points against the previous CDC administration led by Liberia's most venerated steward and most iconic historical Democratic president, His Excellency Comrade President George Obama. So, the United Party deliberately avoided in its reckless, misguided, and unfounded statement to answer the fundamental questions. One, how was the drug imported into Liberia? Who owns the drugs? Who owns the property? Who financed the operation? Who protected it? And who must ultimately be held accountable under the law? Drug trafficking is a national security issue, not a campaign slogan. Therefore, the United Party has no moral rectitude, moral redemption, moral gravitas to lecture men and women of the CMC, of the ALP, of the MPC, across civil society movements, across the Liberian masses, and the political spectrum of the Republic of Liberia on the question about drug trafficking in the Republic of Liberia. Fellow Liberians, members of the folk estates, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it can be recalled that during the previous United Party administration, the Foya Mafia Joseph Human Baka was a part of the Liberian presidency when Perry Dolo, the commander of the presidential motorcade, was arrested for using the official presidential escort vehicle to transport approximately 297 kilograms of marijuana from Sierra Leone. Joseph Mafia Newman Wakai unofficial home into Liberia. The case attracted international attention and was reported by major international media and news outlets. For example, the UK Guardian report published in May 2015 about a 100 million drug bust in Liberia by USDA stint operations. For 2009, involved a Mediterranean drug
down, just cartel, down. Just vision, Then you
drug keeping. Nabi Hay, who had established a transit hub in Liberia for smuggling cocaine from Colombia into Europe. That history plus other high-profile drug cases during UP's governance reminds Liberians that drug trafficking can easily be traced to the Unity Party kleptocracy and political shenanigans. Interestingly, fellow Liberians, distinguished members of the folk estates, the Unity Party's chairman, Luther Tampering, is a reincarnated demon pretending to be a prelate or a man of God whose church is suspected to be a facilitator of drugs, including UP's Secretary General Tweah, Roman to be another conduit of drugs importation through the issuance of gas importation license to the cartel. Let me repeat. Interestingly, UP's chairman Luther Tampering is a reincarnated demon pretending to be a prelate whose church is suspected to be a facilitator of drugs, including UP's Secretary General Tweah. Roman shows that he is another conduit of drugs operation, importation through the issuance of gas importation license to the cartel. The Revolutionary National Youth League of the Indomitable Party Congress for Democratic Change echoes to the Americans and Europeans to keep their eyes wide open regarding the seized drugs. The true test of the UP's government is whether it follows the evidence without fear, favor, or political interference. Regardless of whose interests are implicated, the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Indomitable Party Congress for Democratic Change demands complete answers, not political celebrations before the investigation begins. The Unity Party's own argument collapses under its weight. Let me repeat. The Unity Party's own argument collapses under its weight. Fellow Liberians, distinguished members of the folk estates, militants and cadres of the Indomitable Party Coalition for Democratic Change, the Unity Party's press release attempts to create criminal suspicion around Comrade Chairman Emeritus Kukumbetande, Senator Omangibi Kande, Comrade Senior Comrade Senator Natana Mangere, simply because he lives along the rubber field highway in the border around VOA community is not only fast-fetched, but have no iota of substance reasoning, logic, and prima facie. Comrades and friends, members of the folk estates, evidenced by this UP's twisted logic, the Revolutionary National Youth League concludes that the Unity Party is projecting something sinister on its part, considering the area within the VOA community where the drug warehouse was discovered lives Waka Kun's regime National Security Advisor Samuel Kofi Owusu Wu II, Liberia Maritime Authority Commissioner Lito Zaza Laisino, ex-combatant police director Gregor Tomo, government to be a protector and enforcer for the drug cartel, with his wife Janga Como, lived for many years within the beltway of Guazu City, and the limits of the drug warehouse. I repeat, evident by this UP's twisted logic, the Youth League concludes that the Unity Party is projecting something sinister on its part concerning the area within the VOA community where the drug warehouse was discovered, lives Wakakun's regime's national security advisor, Samuel Kofi Ohuzu II, Liberia Maritime Authority Commission, Dito Zaza Lai, ex-combatant police, Inspector General Gregory Coleman, government to be a protector and enforcer for the drug cartel, with his wife, Jana Coleman, lived for many years within the bailiwick and the city limits of Tweah, where the drug warehouse is believed to be established. Quite interesting to note, ex-combatants, Gregory Coleman, previous police leadership roles within United Parties, previous government, further demonstrates the historical record of drug trafficking in Liberia. It has also been alleged that the cocaine was confiscated from the home of the United Party supporters. Is this a turning point or a public relations exercise? Congress, the Revolutionary Youth League believes that Liberian people are entitled to ask whether the recent cocaine seizure represents a genuine commitment to dismantling drug trafficking networks, keeping the drug bust location in mind. The fact is, top UP partisans and officials are currently living in Tweah community. We suggest the cocaine raid is only being celebrated by the Unity Party as a political strategy to project an image of decisive action in response to mounting public criticism. When properly examined, the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Indomitable Master Congress for Democratic Change intelligence reveals that the Tweah drug brush could still be used by cartel operatives inside the United Party government. Head of Police Major Crime Division, I repeat, Head of Police Major Crime Division, Anthony Cocaine Blake, and Head of Police Highway Patrol, Badel Kwabu, are being instructed by Gregory Coleman to devise a means to recycle the drug back into the hands of the cartel. Let me repeat. Head of Police Major Crime Division, Anthony Cocaine Blake, and Head of Police Highway Patrol, Badel Kwabu, have been instructed by the ex-combatant Inspector General Gregory Coleman to devise a means to recycle the drugs back into the hands of the cocaine, into the hands of the drug cartel. This is where the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Indomitable Master Congress for Democratic Change is prepared to act upon the mandate of the National Executive Committee by the Indomitable Master Coalition for Democratic Change to implement, execute, and discharge democratic resistance. I repeat, it is at this critical juncture and this critical refinement of political revolutionary democratic duty and responsibility, the Revolutionary National Youth League or Indomitable Master Coalition for Democratic Change has been summoned to implement democratic resistance by the mandate of the National Executive Committee of the Indomitable Master Coalition for Democratic Change. This constitutional governance path follows the doctrine of American civil rights leader Dr. Martin Luther King, because freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressors. It has always been demanded by the oppressed masses of our people. And that's why in the history of governance and politics, when the oppressed masses meet with the oppressors at the final hours in the theater of battle and struggle, the people cannot go halfway in the redemption mass of the People's Liberation Movement, and there can be no compromise in dealing with elements of backwardness and reaction. We continue to put this country's image on the movement of embarrassment, social degradation, moral decline, and such action continue to embarrass the Bureau of international reputation, both home and abroad. Issued by the National Executive Committee of the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Indomitable Mountain Coalition for Democratic Change, under the chairmanship of the chairman of the Youth League, Comrade Emmanuel Mobile Johnson, chairman of the Revolutionary National Youth League of the Coalition for Democratic Change.
Mandat. Mandat. Long live, long live, long live the finest spirit of the Revolutionary National Youth League. Long live.
Mandat, so we take maximum 3 concerns.